During crude oil distillation, wengine wataita petroleum refining, there are many contaminants, there are many impurities. And this process has to be done in a way that the constituent product, the end products of this process, have to reach or they have to attain the international standards of the quality that is required by the regulators of oil across the world. It does not apply just in Africa, but it cuts across globally. Now, one of the main contaminant or impurity is sulfur. So sulfur has to be removed. And I'm going to tell you why sulfur is considered a contaminant in this process. For one, sulfur is an acidic element. That means most of the equipment of the refinery facility are made of metals. So when sulfur forms acids, it is going to corrode the metallic equipment of the refinery facility. Number two, sulfur is going to corrupt or it's going to affect the catalysts that are employed in this process. So it has to be removed, essentially. Number three, it is because of the environmental impact. So sulfur is burnt in air, it produces sulfur oxides, it produces hydrogen sulfide, which is poisonous still. It also produces sulfur 6 oxide when burnt in abundance of oxygen. Now, all these are acidic. And when these gases are emitted into the atmosphere, it means they're going to form acidic rain. We know what happens when acidic rain falls. It's going to affect the pH of animals. And we know from biology and from the chemistry that is that biochemical processes of cells of either plants and animals and other organisms are going to operate within a certain range, a narrow range of pH, maybe 6.7 to 7.3, a neutral pH to be precise. So sulfur has to be removed for this reason. Therefore, but again, it is interesting to note that not all sulfur is removed in entirety. Some of them find its way into the final constituent product, whether it is diesel, whether it is petrol, whether it is in gasoline. So this is why a term like, you'll hear terms like ppm, that is parts per million, being mentioned. So parts per million is a unit of measurement used to quantify the concentration of a substance in other substances. So this was the case when we had a contraband sugar in our country that was imported in our country. I think it was last year in 2023. So this is what happened. This sugar was contaminated with lead and mercury, which are heavy metals. They are not fit for human use. But do you think that even the sugar that you're consuming now is so free from this element? It's not. Only that there is a requirement to have a certain threshold, which is ppm. And maybe for sugar, they may require a ppm of, say, 10 or even 1 in a million. You get it? So this sulfur, back to your oil story, this sulfur is not disposed, it is made use of. So some of the sulfur is used to manufacture sulfuric acid. The other one is used to make sulfates compound, which have many other uses. And the other uses, of course, is in the manufacturing of sulfate fertilizers. And therefore, it's no brainer why oil refinery companies are also able to manufacture fertilizer alongside the business of refining oil, as it is with the case with Aliko Dangote. Now you know.